Hello Avatars and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been forever, but things just kept coming up and I couldn't make a video until now. But I'm back. Now recently, Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, introduced the future of Phase 4 with every Marvel project until 2022. Now, we're going to discuss the future of the MCU. So let's geek out. Before we get started, a few things. First, I know I said there was going to be another video in the What Makes a Great series, and it will come, but I couldn't be happy with that video. So, it will come just later. So, stay tuned for that. Second, we have a Aaron the Avatar website, where I will feature different books, characters, and movies, and keep you updated on all the Aaron the Avatar news. You can find that with a link in the description below. Third, I'd like to introduce our new Aaron the Avatar production manager, Jake. He is a mod on the Aaron the Avatar Discord, which you can join for free in the description below. We've had a lot of discussions about this announcement and other fun things, and Jake will be helping out with videos every once in a while. Now, enough of that, on with the video. So, I'm going to start with the Disney Plus shows and then move on to movies, then go on to my predictions and wrap it all up. Sound good? Great. So, Disney Plus shows. To start it all off, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier premiering in fall of 2020. Next, we have WandaVision and Loki, both premiering in spring of 2021. Then, Marvel's What If premiering in summer of 2021. And finally, Hawkeye in fall of 2021. Definitely packed. What's interesting about the Disney Plus shows is that they're all going to tie into the MCU and become canon. Now, let's talk about all the shows. I think they're all going to be solid shows, so I'm probably most excited for either Falcon, Winter Soldier, or Loki. Hawkeye also looks pretty good. Now, WandaVision and What If are complete wildcards in my book. They'll probably be really good, I just don't know. Falcon and Winter Soldier is exciting because we'll get to see Falcon transitioning into the role of Captain America. And Baron Zemo, traditionally a Cap villain, will be playing a role in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is exciting because we'll get to see if Bucky has overcome his Hydra programming, if what happened in Wakanda really worked, so definitely going to be exciting. Loki is definitely exciting because we'll get to see what kind of mischief he gets into after stealing the Tesseract. Because Cap putting the Tesseract back in 1970 doesn't stop Loki from getting it in 2012. Make sense? So, I have no doubt we'll see the trouble that he gets into and that it will tie into the next Thor movie, which we'll talk about in a minute. Hawkeye could also be interesting because we'll get to see the training of a new hero leading up to the new Avengers. More on that later. But it's also strange because we saw him training his daughter in Endgame, and now he'll be training Kate Bishop, who was the next Hawkeye in the comics. But definitely interesting. Now for the wild cards. First, Marvel's What If. Well, this will definitely be interesting, with it being the Disney Plus show that's animated, and for the first episode to be confirmed as What If Peggy Carter got the Super Soldier Serum instead of Steve Rogers. I just can't see how that's going to tie into the MCU, like most of the Disney Plus shows is supposed to. That being said, I'll definitely watch it, but I'm just not sure how it's supposed to work. So, WandaVision. I'm excited to see how this goes, especially since Wanda is going to have a role in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and she's just a really cool character, but I just don't think we know enough about Vision and how he's going to return and how it's going to all work, so I just can't make a judgment on it. But nevertheless, I'm excited to see how it turns out. Alright, so that's all of the Disney Plus shows out of the way. Let's move on to all of the confirmed Phase 4 movies. In 2020, we have Black Widow on May 1st and The Eternals on November 6th. In 2021, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings on February 12th, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness on May 7th, and Thor Love and Thunder on November 5th. So, first up is Black Widow. I'm really excited for this one because Black Widow is probably the character we know least about, besides Hawkeye, who is also getting his own show. Now, this movie will take place between Civil War and Infinity War, and will probably give us a look at what really happened during Budapest. Next up, The Eternals. Now, Marvel has always gone all out on the casting, and this movie is no exception. But this movie is really a wild card because no one really knows anything about the Eternals. I sure don't. But this movie, I think, has a lot of potential to expand the MCU. I'm fairly certain that it's been confirmed, or at least rumored, that the Celestials will make an appearance. But the Eternals, from what I've learned, are stupidly powerful. And that brings up the question, where were they during the events of the MCU? If I understand it correctly, they were supposed to be the guardians of either the Earth or the humans or something like that. So, where were they? Hopefully, this movie will give us a lot of answers and a lot of fun. Next, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is another one that I know nothing about, but from what I've learned, he's a master of martial arts and he can duplicate himself. But what makes me really excited for this movie is that they're introducing the Mandarin. And not the fake one we saw in Iron Man 3, the real Mandarin. Now, if anyone's familiar with the animated TV show Iron Man Armored Adventures, you'll know that the Mandarin was featured heavily. If you're not familiar with the TV show Iron Man Armored Adventures, I'm going to tell you that the Mandarin was featured heavily. And he had basically the Infinity Gauntlet, but rings, and there were 10 of them. So, definitely excited for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Next on our list is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and this will be a lot of fun because I love Doctor Strange. So naturally, I'm very excited for another Doctor Strange movie. And Scarlet Witch is going to be in it, so double excitement. And according to Kevin Feige and/or the director of the film, it will be the first scary MCU movie, which is very intriguing. And this suggests that it will be opening the door to the multiverse in the MCU, which can only mean more fun. So I'm very excited to see the wonder that is Benedict Cumberbatch back on screen as Doctor Strange. So the final movie that was announced is Thor: Love and Thunder. This is definitely going to be awesome. First of all, it's going to be the first MCU movie with an LGBT plus character with a major role. Valkyrie, as the new king, is going to be looking for her queen, says Tessa Thompson, the actress who plays Valkyrie. And we're going to be getting Jane Foster as the new Thor, which not only can open up new opportunities for more Thor movies, but also paves the way for Thor to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, definitely looking forward to this movie. So, what does this all mean? Well, for one, all of the Disney Plus shows' plots will be incorporated into the MCU. In other words, Marvel is just finding more ways to steal our money. And Phase 4 will only last 2 years, making it the shortest phase ever and the only phase without an Avengers movie. Now, I tried to use only information released during the Hall H panel since there were interviews after, but I'm not sure how credible those could be, so, yeah. So, I want to talk about my predictions. While the chance of another movie in Phase 4 is very slim, I have to hope. And I have to believe they're going to try to establish the Avengers again. It's a fundamental part of the MCU. And I think they're going to be fighting Kang, the Conqueror, if you were unsure. They set it up with Kang being a master of time and the Avengers messing with time. Surely that will have called attention to them. And Kevin Feige also teased Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. I really think we're going to get Secret Wars to cap off Phase 5. So, I want to talk about my predictions. While the chances of another movie in Phase 4 are slim, I have to hope. And I have to believe that they're going to try to establish the Avengers again. It's a fundamental part of the MCU. And I think they're going to be fighting Kang, the Conqueror, if you're unsure. They set it up with Kang being a master of time and the Avengers messing with time. Surely that will have called attention to them. And Kevin Feige also teased Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. I really think we're going to get Secret Wars to cap off Phase 5, and in Phase 4, likely in the Eternals, they're teased for the first time Galactus as the new Saga Big Bad, like Thanos was for the Infinity Saga. Honestly, I can't see it happening any other way. So, I hope you all enjoyed the video. As always, we're going to have differing opinions, and I want to discuss that with you, either in the comment section or in my Discord server. The link will be in the description below. Now, I'm hoping to very soon re-upload the What Makes a Great Hero video, since the last bit of it kind of disappeared in editing. So I'll be fixing that very soon. Keep your eye out for that. And the next video will also be very exciting, so keep a lookout for that too. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will geek out with you next time.